There we go. Hope y'all are here. Nobody here yet. Do 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 do. I'll wait till a few people come in before I start talking. This is gonna be. Hey, how y'all doing? Um, this video is gonna be a little bit of my observation of North Carolina and what I see here, what I like about it, what I dislike about it, and what I think could be changed when it comes down to it. Whoa! Somebody gave me $1. Who was that? Ledesma, I think. No, like Ledesma, I think. Holy shit! Somebody else did. SLC. Thank you guys. Thank you for the super chats. I should just be thankful and just say thank you when they come in because you're going to give them and I guess I'll have to take them and I appreciate every one of them. So, anyway, we got a few people in here now. I can start my little spiel. We are in the field. I'm going to flip flop you here because Peyton's out on the other side. You can see him. He's working over there. Uh, this straw is a little on the dismal side. It's been rained on for about a week and a half, and there's really nothing I can do about it other than smile and watch it, just take it, bail it. So last night, somebody else gave me another one. Thank you, whoever that was. Thank you very much. Uh, yeah, just smile and bail it. It is what it is. You can't get perfect straw every time, and you just gotta do it. You just got to do it. So, anyways, it looks worse than what it actually is because it has been pounded into the ground with rain. Uh, there's, you know, it just has been, and it's picking it up. I mean, the baler's definitely picking it up because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be getting bales. So, all right, so I'm going to get into it. What I observe here in North Carolina and what I dislike and like about it. I like the rural. What the heck is he out of that baler for? I like the rural aspect of this. It's beautiful here. It's easy to get from point A to point B. There's no animosity, no, between farmers and people that live in their trailers and motorhomes and houses here. So I kind of like that. Uh, but what I can see is the breakdown in the social fabric here. You have white people like myself and the people around. You have black people, which I haven't met anybody that was evil or not, black or white. And then you have the south of the border people. Now, the south of the border people, it's not new that they're here. It's new that they're staying here, and it is creating problems for the local towns and governments here uh, because they're wild people. They came here across the border illegally, and I'm not saying all of them have, but there is illegal aliens here. And are they good people? I would say not. Those illegal aliens are not good. Small towns have been turned into killing grounds, like Rocky Mount, North Carolina, Wilson, North Carolina, and a couple of other small towns that are close to here. The people that I talk to here are quite displeased with these towns because if you go through them, you'll get shot. And even the sheriffs that are down here will tell you that they never used to put on their vests until recently, the last few years. So as MS-13 and other people, now I'm not saying MS-13 is here. I haven't actually seen MS-13, but I went through Rocky Mount, and what I saw was kind of disturbing. What you see here is career welfare recipients. It's amazing. Career welfare recipients. Now, why are these people not working? The black people. Why aren't they working? I go through every town, doesn't matter what time of the day it is. It's just the streets are full of people wandering around with nothing to do, like they don't have jobs. And I'm not saying every black person down here is like that, but there's the vast majority of them that I see. They just don't work. They get on disability. Well, the one thing that really blew my mind was I stopped to get gasoline, and there were people on like rascal scooters driving down the sidewalks to the, clean the clean the straw out from the pan where those springs come down, the spring tensioners. There could be straw built up on top of that, causing it to not trip. All right, so I'm back to this. So I'm looking at these people, and I'm just amazed that all day, every day, they're just out there wandering around with Twinkies in their damn mouth, drinking sweet tea, and sitting in the front yard baking barbecue in front of their trailer. Well, when I first got down here, I thought maybe they worked nights in the factory, or maybe I thought that it was not quite time to do any kind of harvesting until I saw some harvesting being done by people from south of the border. And instantly in my mind, I'm thinking, holy shit. So when Nancy Pelosi and dumbfuck Chuck Schumer stand up and say, we need these people from south of the border to come up here and do our harvesting for us, but I drive through a town that is full of black people that aren't working, that are residents here since slave times, and I'll say slave times, uh, it becomes aggravating. Like, holy shit, we have a workforce here that is being fed like fat pigs from the government welfare system, and the Democrats are all for allowing illegal aliens to come into our country to pick the tobacco and the cucumbers, the watermelons, and everything, the sweet potatoes, and all that stuff. And the black people, and I don't want to sound racist because I'm not a racist, I'm just telling you what I've observed. The black people are sitting on their porches, making barbecue, hanging out with their friends, collecting welfare and disability checks. That's what gets me the most, is that they're all on disability and they've never worked a day in their life. Well, there are jobs down here, and I've talked to several people here that are productive people, and what they talk about is how the hell, these people are on disability. They don't work. They haven't worked since the 1960s and 70s. They wanted to work, but welfare was too easy. And it really went awry in the 1990s when they're able to just say, hey, I've got a lazy eye, or I stubbed my toe getting off my front porch and I can't work. So they get disability. They have a bunch of kids because we all know they like to fuck. They're in those trailers banging away, and they're having all these kids, and these kids are being raised in a welfare system, and they know no different. It's like they know no different. But the Democrats that are in power think that it's great that they can help these minorities, or these socially disadvantaged, as I would think that they say is socially disadvantaged because of the color of their skin. Well, that's a load of horse shit. These people are able to work. They've just been trained not to work. I used to raise cattle. The cows didn't grow corn, cows didn't get their own water, cows didn't milk themselves. You did it all for them. They gave you something in return, though. They gave you the milk or the meat that you raised them for. Now, these black people or people in these small towns, and I'm not saying there's not white people that do it too, because I know there are, but that I've only observed large numbers of black people. I have seen some pretty white trashy people down here too, and I don't want to, rub people's feathers the wrong way, but I'll tell you what, that social welfare, that needs to go away. If we got rid of the social welfare and told these people that are all sitting on their porches making barbecue at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that haven't worked a day in their life and are filling up the prison systems. I actually spoke with a woman that worked in a prison. She says they got the mentality of a 13-year-old. You know, you disrespect me, you disrespect my mama, and they get into fights. They're in the prison systems. They're choking the prison systems up, and then you get the illegal aliens, which don't say anything. They just knife you or shoot you, and they end up in there, or rob you, or whatever. You know, it's really bad. Yeah, it's pretty weird down here. Different than what I'm used to. So, yeah, here I am in a field in North Carolina baling straw. Now, I was asked a couple of questions. I'm going to switch this over to my job now. I was asked a couple of questions, or actually, I was criticized for doing this job as to how stupid I am because the company that I'm working for, and I'm not stupid, by the way, you asshole. Um, the company that I work for has probably, this is what I was accused of, has probably gone through all the local bailing outfits down here, and nobody would work for them. And I was dumb enough to take the job without doing enough research as to what it was. And he pointed out that maybe the straw wasn't there, which it is here. Is it as heavy as it is on normal years? Well, it's farming. It's not like we get 250 bushels to the acre of corn every year, or I get 2.5 tons of hay every year off of every acre that I farm. You know, it's wheat, it's a grain, it's a crop. It's affected by the weather and the sunlight and everything, everything around us. So, no, I'm going to explain to you why I am here doing this job. The reason I'm doing this job down here is because there are so little big square balers down here. This is a new thing for the Carolinas. It is. They used to just spread the straw, cut it high, spread the straw, burn it off, plant their soybeans. That's it. Done. There was no market for the wheat straw. It just didn't exist until a few short years ago. And honestly, it's a tough gig. This isn't easy work. I'm bailing until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, when I've got 3,500 acres, 700 acres of hay up in New Jersey, which is fine. I took the job and I'm happy I'm doing it. But to answer your question or your criticism, I can't call it a question, I can call it a criticism. To answer your criticism, this there's nobody down here that does this on the capacity that I'm capable of doing. That is why I'm here. Ooh, and my fan just kicked on. So criticize away. I'm here. I did the numbers. I know what I have to bail down here in order to make this worth my while. I'm not there yet, but the straw is here. So if the straw is here, then I should have really no problem making the number of bales that I need to make it worth my while. I'm getting close now. I am getting close. We're baling. Yesterday, we only baled about 400 bales. We only, the day before we baled 200 bales. It's not much, but the reason we're not baling is because the sky has been dumping rain on me every day. And this here right now, this is thin, and that's why I'm able to go. It rained last night, and this wheat straw is probably 12 to 15% moisture, and yeah, we're putting it in a bale. So that's what has to happen. Am I getting 10 bales to the acre? No. Was I told I would get 2.5 to 4 bales to the acre? Yeah. What am I getting? Exactly that. I've baled 4.5 bales to the acre straw, and I've baled 1.5 bales to the acre straw. So right now I'm on that 1.5 bale to the acre straw. Okay, and that's what I have to do. I took the job. That's what it entails. I know what my break even is. I've already met my break even, but I know where we would really like to be right now, and we're closing in on 7,000 bales. And if I get if I get to 20,000 bales, I'd still made a lot of money. And I will get to 20,000 bales. I'm not quitting until I get to 20,000 bales. My goal is definitely 40, between 30 and 45,000 bales. So if the straw is here, the goal is 30 to 45,000 bales. So there it is. What I get per bale is really nobody's business. I have had a little bit of a hiccup in the system. I did break this baler. I had a gearbox go out of it. Just so you know, it hasn't been all perfect, even though I changed the oils and kicked the tires and made sure everything was perfect before I came down here. There's still issues that you're going to have. So, what the hell? Why are you bitching like that, you son of a bitch? Baling's going as well as can be expected. It's raining every damn day. So, what do you do when it rains every day? Don't bail. But they have bailed some. The Heston baler is giving them a little bit of problems just because Cody's never ran that thing and never ran one like it. He's unfamiliar with the pressures and stuff, so he's got a he's learning, and yeah. Oh, I'll rant on. Yep, I will rant on. I think that there's some real. Wow, who the hell was that? Cotton Top 3. You demand, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. I'll tell you that right now. And I may have people that are watching this right now that live in this area that are thinking, boy, some nerve that guy's got telling us how it is down here. I like it down here. Don't get me wrong. I really do. I just see their problems because I come from an area that got rid of that type of problem a long time ago. Quite honestly, the welfare system is the worst thing that ever happened to this country. Social services, social programs for these people has destroyed their work ethic. It has destroyed their sense of self-worth. It has destroyed their civilization, the civil skills that they may or may not have obtained between 1865 and 1965. You know, when they say that we're products of slaves, that's why we're this way. That's bullshit. You have now been taught not to work and how to work a system in your favor, and they become animals. Because let me tell you, if you take that welfare check away from them, you're going to have a bunch of nuts down here. Nuts. Absolute raging idiots. Why did I never understood why blacks rioted when things didn't go their way. There, I shouldn't just say blacks. I should just say these communities where it is predominantly welfare fed. Those people will fight to the death. They'll burn it all out because they know they never paid for it. They never worked for it. You know, it always didn't make sense. Why do you loot your neighbors and your friends? It's just crazy to me why they would loot their neighbor's house or their neighbor's business that you know, they're the ones that do have businesses down here. Um, it's because they never worked a day in their life, and you know, it just it's all coming it's all coming together for me. It's coming together to the point where you realize that there are enough people in this country to pick the vegetables and all this stuff. We don't need the Mexicans. I don't even call them Mexicans, they're the South Americans. We don't need them. We've got a workforce down here that all you got to do is teach them how to work. You know, welfare should be temporary, not permanent. It should be a 90-day. If you're going to be worthless, you got 9 months. You can go and take classes at a community college for 9 months, and you can learn a new skill in 9 months. Or, you know, these people, they know what they can do in 9 months. They can spit out another kid, and that gives them more money at the welfare office. But yeah, it's insane. It's insane what I'm seeing. And these little kids, you know, these little kids are down here and they got no idea how the real world really works. They're in this little bubble where mom and dad sit at home watching Jerry Springer, collecting that check once a month. Maybe it's two checks, maybe it's more. You know, maybe it is more. The disability, the welfare, I mean, I didn't realize that you could collect disability if you never had a job in your life. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You can do it. You can. You can say, "Oh, my knee. Oh, my knee. I got out of my minivan and I fell down and I broke my knee. I can't work." And you get welfare, you get disability. And not only that, they'll buy a little rascal scooter that you can leave your house with, go down the street, go down the street to the Quickie Mart and get your Twinkies, your soda pop, and your lottery tickets. You wouldn't believe these motherfuckers. They get lottery tickets, they take that welfare check, and they take that welfare check and they take that lottery ticket, they scratch it off or whatever they do, and then they throw it in the street. They just throw it there. I've seen more scratched off lottery tickets on the side of the sidewalk as they're going down the damn sidewalk on their way back to their trailer in this state than I ever have anywhere close to here. And that's what they do. That's their life. I don't even want to talk about the drugs and the shooting. I haven't heard any. Well, I've heard shooting. I heard of drive-by shooting out in the country, and it blows your mind. How the hell is this even possible? You know, drive-by shootings in the country. But whatever. Ooh, I'm gonna show you some erosion, dude. That's some erosion. Holy shit. Woohoo! That would eat my tractor. At least the baler, anyway. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I just get so annoyed when I see this stuff and I see South Americans that are up here in this area that are on transplanters planting sweet potatoes, not a black person. Now, I did say what kind of turned me on to this idea that the black people in this area don't work was I saw black people work. There are people that work, black people that work, okay? They do work. There's a lot of black people that work, but there's a lot more that don't. I don't know what the hell that is. Looked like a diaper. But when I said to the one farmer that's here, I said I saw a bunch of black people, and I wish I'd have got my camera up fast enough because I wanted a photo of this out in a tobacco field with a hoe. Each one had a hoe, and they were hoeing between the. What the hell is all this thing? Will you get rid of that Minnesota Oliver and Deer? Well, whoever's putting that link up there, get rid of that asshole. Anyway, they're out there with a hoe hoeing between the tobacco rows, and I said to the farmer, I said, "Yeah," I said, "Boy, I wish I'd have got my camera up fast enough." I said, "I saw a bunch of blacks out there," and they both looked at me and they said, "Where in the hell did you see that?" I said, "Right up the road." He says, "Man, I wish you'd have got a picture because I'd have liked to see that too." That was when I first got down here. I was like, "Wow, that's something." You know, I thought that black people actually did work on farms down here. I really did, and I'm not being racist. I'm not doing anything that I would think would be, you would think would be, you know, racist. But I only saw one crew. There was about 20 black folks out there, and they were hoeing that tobacco, and I did see it. Well, the guy that the farmer, he says mostly that's South Americans doing that work. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like this all through the South, like this all in North Carolina. I don't know. Uh, God, what in the hell is that? What do we got? A bunch of porn on there or something? What is going on there? So, whatever. Maybe they'll take this. Maybe they'll take this video down because of the racial overtones. But those are just my observations on that. I just really am shocked. I've never seen so much of this here. You know, I never seen so much of this in my life. I just thought that, you know, when you see people on TV, I see people on TV and they're like, we're just because we're black, we get discriminated against. we don't get this and we don't get that and we don't have jobs because they don't want jobs. That's it, man. They don't want jobs. You cannot tell me. I saw one guy at the one freaking. He had more gold wrapped around his neck than Mr. T. And it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was getting fuel for the truck. More gold wrapped around his neck than Mr. T. And I'm like, wow, that guy must be doing really well. But you do see the blacks that do work. They have lawnmower services. Not the Mexicans. The Mexicans don't have the lawn services. So those fellas, my hat was off to them and friendly as hell. Those guys, they were getting gas for their lawnmowers, and I was filling up. I was just filling up the tool truck and stuff, and I talked to them for a little bit, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, it's yeah, we're working. We got these lawnmowers, and we mow lawns all over the place." So those fellas, they were working, but it was 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and the lunch crowd was coming into that little quickie mart, and it wasn't even owned by a white guy. It was owned by some Indian guy, two of them, and they looked like they were the local drug dealers. I kid you not. Those two guys at that, what is it, the Happy Mart? I think it was called the Happy Mart, and those two dudes looked like they were dealing drugs right over the counter. And the people were all showing up there like they were getting their Twinkies, their hot iced tea or cold tea or sweet tea, and picking up their whatever. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of good folks here in North Carolina, though. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good folks. The hospitality down here is off the charts, second to none. The most friendly bunch of people I've ever been around in my life. Really, really unexpected. When they say Southern hospitality, they take it up a notch to a new level. Really good people, but whatever, is what it is. I'm enjoying myself right now, doing my job. Two balers in the field, but probably, oh shit, I'm closing in on 100 bales since like 4:30. I don't even know what time it is now, but yeah, it's good. And that's another thing. It's really weird down here. If you're used to the Midwest, and there's great big wide open fields, wide open plains, and you look at the fields here, like, oh, I got 400 acres over there. Well, you drive over there, over yonder, down yonder, back yonder, over yonder, down a spell, down a road a spell, and you're like, where in the hell is there 400 acres? You look out across the field, and it's like, scratch your head, there ain't no 400 acres out there. There's not 400 acres out there. Well, you're surrounded by woods, and they've got these whoop, 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 getting in the mud, baby. Thank God I'm the guy in this 8530. Um, ooh, I think it's sinking. Um, oh, what the hell was that? And you just drive around these woods, and there's an opening, and it's about 50 feet wide, and they mow it. They take really good care of their fence rows, too. Um, and you go down that opening, and woof, opens up into another 50, 60 acre field. And you get down the corner, and there's small little pieces. And then there's another path, and it opens up to another bunch of fields. So it's just so different than what I'm used to. I like it though. And I asked him about the, I asked him about the deer. I've seen squirrels, lots of them. Uh, I asked him about the deer and if they're a problem in these fields because it's surrounded by woods. And they're like, oh yeah, we do have deer. We know how to take care of them. And yeah, yeah, they shoot them. That's how you do it. I just, I just wish I could read these comments. Yeah, I have seen deer damage on several different crops. Crop one is cotton. I wouldn't think that they would eat cotton because I was always told that they were kind of a barbed cotton. I'm sure it's the deer that's damaging them, but the leaves are all stripped off. The sweet potatoes, I don't think they bother the sweet potatoes so much. The peanuts, I saw peanuts for the first time today, And I'll tell you, Teresa was like, she looked at the ground and we were checking this straw and she looks down at the ground and says, "Oh my God, these are peanuts." I'm like, "How the hell do you know these are peanuts?" "I don't know that they're peanuts. I've never seen peanuts grow before. I had no idea what they look like." Well, I lie. I did see peanuts grow. My mom and dad grew them back in the 1970s and early 80s. It had to be like 77, 78, 79. I don't think it was in the 80s. They grew them just because they wanted to see if they could grow peanuts for boiled peanuts. And the season is too long for New Jersey. But anyway, I said to her, I was like, "How the hell did you know that these were peanuts?" She says, "Because I grew peanuts." When the hell did you grow peanuts? Well, when Teresa lived in the Philippines, she lived in a province. She was a farm girl in the Philippines, and she grew peanuts. She says, "Yeah." She says, "The size of these fields, it's got to take a lot of people to pick those peanuts. Everything in the Philippines is hand labor." So she says, "Their knees are going to get sore. My knees got sore when I picked the peanuts." Yeah, I heard it's raining. I already got the message. So anyway, she had picked these peanuts. I says, "No, no, sweetheart, they pick those with a machine." I said, they lift them up out of the ground and they turn them over." I said, "And then they dry under the sun." I said, "And then there's a peanut harvester that comes through. There's a peanut. I guess there's a peanut digger. I guess it takes a couple of different machines to harvest peanuts." So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to see it because I'll be gone. I'll be home before that ever happens. I'll tell you, it's going to be a long. Oh, here comes Pate. I got Peyton with me today. He's running. It's called a peanut combine. Well, what kind of combine? Is it like a regular combine? I don't think so. Jimmy Carter's family grew peanuts. Yes. KMC. I saw KMC parts. I saw KMC. I didn't know what KMC was. I saw some hats. People walking around with KMC hats. Cotton Top. Is Cotton Top still here? I haven't had a chance to say hi to him. I just wanted to say hi to Cotton Top. I know he was watching. I was wondering if Mr. Stony Ridge Farmer, I'm in his neck of the woods, you know. You do peanut harvest. Oh, yeah, that would be kind of cool. I should probably come down and watch him do the peanut harvest. The farmer that I'm bailing on right now, he's got peanuts, and I'm sure he's got a peanut harvester. So I don't know. I've learned so much since I've been down here about tobacco, about cotton, about cotton pickers and cotton gins and weird stuff like that. Things you're never gonna learn up in the north. I even learned a little Civil War stuff. I'm gonna listen a little more. I told the woman that I was talking to today that I think the Civil War history that she learned in school might have been a little different than the Civil War history than I learned in school. And she smiled. She said, "You're probably right," which is true. So, and I just love history. My daughter called me a nerd. But Southern history. Wow, I can't read these comments. I wish I had my iPad with me. Now, this field is 72 acres, is what I was told. Do, do, do. Uh. Yeah, I know they bale peanut hay too. What do they do with that? I heard they feed it to cows. A pull behind peanut combine? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at this stuff. KMC is green, right? I think I've seen those. Yeah, they feed it to cows. Yeah, we're getting it. We're getting after it anyway. I'm hoping to bale somewhere around 400 bales today. I don't think I'm gonna get there, just because I don't have the straw's not on the ground. It's just it rained them out. I've been able to bale when they haven't been able to pick. They call it picking wheat. I always cut wheat or combine wheat. He's out combining wheat or whatever. They pick it. That's what they call it, picking. You pick a banjo, you pick corn. You can combine wheat, combine soybeans, or cut soybeans. Yeah, picking wheat. Honest to God, it's the strangest language I've ever heard. you know, like, and I said to the granddaughter of the one fellow there, and I said to her, I said, well, we don't pick wheat, we cut it. And she says, huh, like that's something. She says, kind of makes sense. You're picking wheat. We don't pick it. You don't actually pick it. You cut it. I said, yeah, right. I doubt anybody changed the way that what they call it. I bet I could be down here for 100 years and tell them it's cutting or combining, and they would just say picking. But that's okay. It's all right because this ain't my area. I'm like a duck out of water. Do, 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 do. A lot of good people down here. Did I say that? I have not. Yeah, you lift sugar beets. Do you lift peanuts too, or to get them out of the ground? I don't know. I'm just hoping to get as much done as I possibly can while I'm down here, and then head home and do as much as I can when I get down there. There's going to be some work that needs to be done to this baler. I've got a bad tine bar in the VFS that needs to be addressed. It'll get me through here, but when I get back to New Jersey, straw's easy to bale, so it's not really that hard. I'll be here till probably the middle of July. Oh, let's put it this way. I'll be here until there's no wheat straw left. No, ain't nothing wrong with a fast track. I don't mind them. Was Lord Muck here? Was Lord Muck here? I thought I saw his name. Yeah, picking wheat. Weird. Picking wheat is from slavery time? You mean to tell me they put the slaves out there? Oh, he was here? Doggone it. I wish I'd have saw him. Oh, well. Because I think he's in the United States. You combine peanuts. Well, even when you pull them out of the ground and let them lay on top, you combine them? That's called combining? Or when you get them out of the ground, you got to dig them. Yeah, cotton picking, you pick that by hand. Huh, ain't that something? Even though it's two operations, by pulling them out of the dirt and then coming back through with a. You dig peanuts? That's what I thought. I know it's raining back home. Dig them and then combine them. Okay. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. I tell you, I cannot believe that this straw that I'm baling right here. Oh, and this soil is like beach sand. I'm not kidding. It is right here. Check that out. Ready? See that? That is snow white. If you wash the dirt off of it, that is snow white beach sand. It's weird. I've never been around I've never been around soil like this except in South Jersey. I was in South Jersey one time, well, several times, and it's a really sandy soil. Today, 90. 90? No, 70. I failed 70 so far today. I've only been going since about 4 o'clock. I think 4 o'clock. What time is it now? I don't even know. Oh shit, I know Mr. Mucker. I want to see, God darn it, Lord Muck. There he is. Okay, I'm reading. Mucker, you in the United States yet, or are you gone? 6:46. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you cocksucker. You are a cocksucker. You're welcome for the money for right now, but I'll tell you what. I hope I hope for the love of God, I hope that other people like me that work and do YouTube start making videos about fat, lazy, piece of shit black people in the South that are collecting welfare for 4 generations. And that's what I see. And don't get me wrong, there are some good black folks down here. Friendly, hard-working ones. But what I can see in these towns, y'all suck. If you're black, on welfare, in a trailer, collecting disability and welfare, with a free roof over your head, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Damn the shame to yourselves. It's crazy. I can't even believe it. You know, I just can't even believe it. Didn't even think it was 1/100th as bad as what it is. But it is. I mean, if you're white and you're in a trailer and you're collecting welfare and getting a free roof over your head, disability, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. If you're an illegal alien and you're collecting welfare, put a bullet in your fucking head. That's what you're worth. How's that sound? Yeah, get her done. You ought to put a bullet in your head. I'll even buy some bullets for you. I guess that's assisting in a suicide, right? Yeah. Yeah, so if you're an illegal alien, you're collecting welfare, driving around on my back and the dollars of hardworking American folk in the north, the south, east, and the west, you should put a bullet in your head. Save us all a bunch of money. Yeah. I mean, I drive down the roads and I see it. I see it. I was like, what the hell? Don't these fucking people work? And then you go and you visit with some hardworking folks, and they're like, they don't work. They ain't worked since the 1960s. Like, get the hell out of here. Now, one woman, she's probably watching this. She worked as a nurse in the prison system. She says they're just 30-year-old men in there. What do you do? She asked him, what do you do on the outside? What do you mean? I don't do anything. I don't do anything. That's amazing. It just amazes the shit out of me. Whew, that's a wet bale coming out of the back of that boy's baler. So, peanut picking machine be like, yeah, picking up potatoes. Well, I did learn something too about sweet potatoes. The sweet potatoes on this one farm that's to my west, I've baled some straw for them. I'll be baling a lot more in the next week for them. Uh, they hand pick those sweet potatoes. 21,000 acres of them. 21,000 acres of sweet potatoes pulled out of the ground by hands, human hands. Now, that's kind of funny because I thought by now you would have mechanical sweet potato pickers. And they do. It's kind of crazy. Why would you pick those sweet potatoes by hand if there's a machine? Woohoo! Hey, buddy, hope you're all doing well. I am. When you're coming down, you're only like 3 hours away. I ought to come out to you. Send me an email with your address on it. I got to go to New Jersey tomorrow, and maybe I'll swing by on my way back. I'd really like to come out to your place and meet up with you. Woohoo! Right? Isn't that how it goes? Woo! Anyway, yeah, Stony Ridge in the house. Illegals they're not cheaper labor. They're not cheaper labor. Cool, excellent. I do. Yeah, no, 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 no. Hold on. I got to send Timothy a pin real quick. Oh, man. I don't want to lose the stream, too. I'm doing really good. So, yeah. I forget what I was even saying. I know that no, I was talking to Mr. Stony Ridge Farmer. Like I said, I got to leave at about 3 o'clock in the morning. I got a phone call from Tim. So I got to leave at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to take me 7 hours to get there. And then on my way back, I would be able to come by your place somewheres around Oh, probably 3 o'clock. By about 3 o'clock. So I'll be pulling a hay rake along behind me. Stop in for a little bit and then head back this way. Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, we could do a live stream together. Then I'll Shanghai your ass and bring you out here, put you in a tractor. You can bale straw. Shanghai your ass and bring you out here, put you in a tractor. You can bale straw for a couple hours. Oh yeah. Oh, that's great. I didn't know whether you'd be working or not. You know, working hard on what, 5 miles of fence? That's what I heard. You were building 5 miles of fence by hand, by yourself, with just you and the meat hooks your mama and daddy gave you. 5 miles of fence out there. Bang, bang, sweating, drinking sweet tea and beer. Woohoo! Anyways, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that YouTube has actually allowed this to go on. If this was Instagram, they would have shut this thing right down. How dare you talk about the way people are lazy and receive welfare and disability checks, never work a day in their life? Wow. I'll be sure to film that. Cheers, Mucker. Oh, yeah, Lord Muck. Are you, I'm sorry, please just say yes or no. Are you still in the United States? Just yes or no. Quick yes. Gone again? Ah, shit. I'm not gone. I'm here. It's taken me nearly a day to place post bundles around the farm. All steel posts, heavy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. William's back. There you go. Oh, I'm back or William's back? Yeah, nobody's going to take care of me. They're not going to take care of me. I take care of myself. I do. Oh, man, I might be gone again. What are you talking about? This thing not working? Yeah, not too bad. I don't know. Stephen Beasley. Stephen Beasley. Are you the guy that wants a shout out, Stephen Beasley? I'm pretty sure if you're the guy that wants a shout out, then yeah. Weather's nice here now, but you're glad it's not so hot. I'd rather have the hot. I am back. Click here, watch Minnesota Oliver and Deer. You ever cup a fart in your hand and bring it to your nose? Well, why would I ever do that? 3 inches in Maryland. It did rain here last night, but not hard, just a little bit. It isn't going to take long to dry this out, to be honest with you. Now, I'll tell you, this straw that's here that you're watching in this windrow came out of a 20-foot header, okay? Scoop slap. There you go. Yeah, but I usually scoop it up and then slap it in somebody else's face. At least I used to. I tried that with Teresa. She blocked me and then punched me in the stomach. All right, I had to slow down. Oh, yeah, we're bailing. Yeah. Yeah, it's your birthday on Sunday. Well, Stephen Beasley, I think you're getting your shout out now because if I cuppy fart, big 40. How are things going from Australia? Things are going okay. So, anyways, what I was saying about this straw, this is a 20-foot header that deposited this here. And it looks like there's a lot because it came out of an old straw walker John Deere combine or cylinder style. All right, which they're great machines. They worked really well. I think it's a 9500 that did this. Now, if you look over there, there's straw there too. Now, that came out of an S670. It's a 670 or a 770 John Deere combine with a bullet rotor and a 30-foot header. That straw is chewed up pretty fine, and it doesn't look like there's much out there until you actually start baling it. It's fine, so it's already pre-compressed. Pay for that fence. Yeah, paying for that fence is the hard part. Yeah, 5 miles of fence is a pretty penny. Materials are here. Crew comes next week. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I knew. Work and film the week long, then start posting. Right. Rotaries do. They really beat the shit out of it. But I'm not losing anything. That's the one thing. That field right there in front of me. There's quite a few bales there. That was really thin wheat. There's quite a few bales there. But if you looked at it from the ground or even from the tractor seat, you'd be like, oh man, there's nothing here. But yet it looks like I got 15 or 20 bales out of that. What is that? 10 acres? No, that's about it. 7, 8 acres that field is. Now this field, we're dumping them pretty good. And I got to be careful because we did have rain the last about a week. If you ask Mr. Stony Ridge, he'll tell you ain't nothing but rain the last couple of weeks. Everything's a slopping mud hole. There he comes. Look at that kid. I am only contracted to bale it and stack it. Oh, beautiful machine. Look at that guy go. And we're baling at about 10 miles an hour. So anybody that wants to know, they look at my field and say, dude, you need some broadleaf killer. Yeah, well, maybe. I know I need it at home in a few places. 75/30 premium. Rotary straw isn't. June mud better than January mud for sure. Absolutely. The rain has been crazy. Yeah. If you're ever in my neck of the woods, you're more than welcome to come see me. I certainly would. I certainly would. Do. See, I would show you my bale count, but that's just for this farmer alone. Uh, Tim's 25. Tim's not happy right now either. I got to send him a pin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe you guys up and lose you for a second. So give me a second. If you didn't notice, I was gone. Now I'm back. Yeah, Tim's 25. You're lost? How are you lost? You probably, yeah, Tim's 25. You're lost? How are you lost? You're probably wondering why in the hell I'm here. Yeah, the rain is. How much wheat per acre can that poor ground yield? How much wheat an acre to poor ground yield? The thing with, I don't know, they were hitting 120 bushels to the acre. Honest to Pete. But, then you get into there's areas that it won't, but it was averaging in a lot of places 65, 70 bushels to the acre, but they were saying that their monitors were definitely hitting, that 105, 112, 130, I wouldn't say it's poor ground. It's just really well drained. And I've seen the awards on the wall from the guy that where I'm staying. One of the farmers. He's got what an awesome guy. Anyway, the awards well over 200 bushels to the acre. Corn looks like it's growing really good too. They went through a really dry spell. I have some video of that corn. I'm gonna actually take some more drone footage. I have my drone here. Teresa was supposed to run this baler, and I was gonna get more drone footage, but that didn't happen. So whatever. Just move on to the next thing. Yep. But we are moving at 10 mile an hour. Woohoo! I'm gonna get to Ireland. If I hit my 30,000 bale goal, all right, you hear me? You hearing me? Listening to what I'm saying? I hit my 30,000 bale goal, which I'm hoping I do. I'm gonna pay for these new pieces of equipment that I've bought, the new baler, the new stack wagon, pay my labor and everything, the taxes obviously, and I'm gonna go to the UK again, and I'm gonna buy a couple more tractors. and a couple of more. But I don't know if I'm going to buy. Ooh, why am I sinking? That's a funny thing. This ground is deceiving. I'm going to buy a couple more tractors, and I'm going to buy a couple more balers, and I'm going to buy a couple more stack wagons. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get in bed deep with these people, and I will put on a lot of we're going to bale straw. We're going to bale straw. I would love to come down here with 4 more balers, but come down with 6 balers. I'd be able to bale the world. It's the stack wagon that's slow. You know, that's the whole enchilada. But if I could come down here with 4 balers next year, it would take 4 more tractors and 4 more tractors. I would definitely buy 2 stack wagons. Possibly going to buy a couple of used Krone balers, rebuild them so that they're up to snuff. Because the Krone baler isn't like a New Holland and don't break apart from fatigue like a New Holland does. But the Krone baler, just replace the worn parts that are shot on it, and yeah, go from there. Gearboxes need to be gone over. Tolerances checked within the gearboxes. I got the sun in my eyes now, but yeah, that's all. Just do the do, baby. Yeah, and I would do 4 balers running down here instead of just 2. You run 4 balers, you're looking at 2,000 bales a day with the 4 balers in okay straw. Get into good straw, you should be able to do 3,000 bales in a day with 4 balers. But I think comfortably with 4 balers, we could do 2,000 bales of straw a day, and that would do it. Stack wagons rolling across these fields like there's no tomorrow. I would definitely be getting the company that's contracted me to give me better baling twine. Uh-oh, Peyton's coming up alongside me. I need better baling twine is all. And the strings will hold up better. The bales will hold up better. The piles will hold up better. The stacking will go easier, faster. We'll be able to go faster. We'll be able to do multiple farms at a time. So when the weather's good on one farm, it's good on another farm. We go to 2 different farms. And I hope he's not stuck. Don't stop, kid. Huh, jammed up the tractor. Now, maybe I'll be able to read when I get around the corner here because is he coming? He is, good. We've been cut. You getting stuck? I was on the step. You need to put your header down. Put your header down. You made a line, boy. Yeah, that CB radio over there is a piece of shit. It's just the 3rd one we put in that tractor. The 12-volt system, I don't understand what the problem is, but retro. RQs too slow and complicated. That auto align Bale Runner 16K, Timothy can keep up to us with that thing. Problem is, when Timothy it gets sloppy. He's watching videos on his damn phone, and he's getting sloppy and he'll knock a pile over. I'm not working tobacco. I'm sorry. I've talked to the people that have worked tobacco, and they're like, nah, sorry. That's tough work. Don't even bother. It's not rewarding. Tobacco companies don't love you. They don't care. Just shit. Look at that bale. Square. Yeah, there's only 370 likes. There's 1,000 people watching this thing, which is cool. Things at home are going slow because of the rain. They're going to it's not supposed to be raining, but it is. They're going to ted out the hay tomorrow and see if they can get it to dry out enough to bale day after. I don't even know what today is. Today Thursday or Friday? Oh man. Now, if you look at that straw right there, it does not look as heavy as the straw that I'm baling on this side because that came out of that 30-foot header and that bullet rotor. Now, I know that my TR96, I got TR96, yeah, TR96, and it just, the TR96 does not chew it up as much as what that bullet rotor does. And, or well, it's pretty much the same as the axle flow. It's the John Deere axle flow. Uh, he did cut pretty close to the ground, which is nice because it just had to, you get more straw that way. But I'll have to slow down when I hit that. I definitely will have to slow down when I hit that. Doot, 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 doot. He had peanuts in this last year, so every once in a while you'll see where the volunteer peanuts are coming up. That's it. Volunteer peanuts. Oh well. Now, these bales are packing really nice. Look at that guy. Just shit off of there. Now, if you be lucky enough, you'll see where Peyton's going to drop on. And there it is. You notice when one of these bales drops off of this baler, it doesn't bow in the middle like, say, a Heston or New Holland or John Deere bale does. These balers really pack them good. Yeah, Jimmy Carter was a peanut farmer. Yeah, I knew that. I was around. I was alive when Jimmy Carter was. Oh yeah, these Krone balers will outdo those Hestons. I don't care. I don't care who you are. You watch my videos and you run a Heston baler. They're good balers. Don't get me wrong, but they're no Krone. Anybody that goes to a Krone, they're like, wow, huh, really? You know, it's amazing, really. Ain't no 200 bushel weed off of this. Still raining. God damn. And what I'm doing is skip baling. That makes it easier to get across the field. It's easier on the drive lines. Now, we did change bale twine, yes. The first bale and twine was last year's baling twine, okay? And last year's baling twine I don't know. It was crap. It's Bryden twine. I used Bryden twine last year too. And I'm telling you, Bryden twine or Bridden twine, whatever you want to call it, is garbage. It's garbage. There's way better baling twines out there than that. The Bryden is junk. Junk. But, if that's what you buy, that's what you buy. Most people buy Most people will buy a brand of baling twine because it's what their father bought or what their grandfather bought. It's no different than what John Deere tractors and Case tractors. It's what their parents bought. That's all. My dad always bought Clover baling twine. Right. So I bought Clover baling twine. When I started in the big bale business, what did I buy? I bought Clover baling twine. I did. But there's better baling twine than that. The better baling twine, in my opinion, the best baling twine, Tyrite is okay. It's not great, but it ain't bad. But I'm going to tell you, Agri Bale cord by Cordex Agri. That is good baling twine. I'm gonna let the kid get ahead of me here. I want to see how his baling is doing. Baler's pounding him out. There. No, you don't race. Oh, I'm smoking crack here. No, we don't race. The reason we don't race is because racing causes problems. You ask Teresa about racing, she'll tell you. Bale cord is way better than Titan. Titan twine is trash. Titan twine, Tyrite is better than Titan. Titan twine is an average bale knot strength. Knot strength. Titan. No, sorry. I've used it. Junk. You want to buy good twine? Cordex Agri. Crone twine. Agco. Heston twine. Good twine. Don't get me wrong. It's good twine. But Cordex Agri is by far the best baling twine out there. It's cheaper than Crone. It's cheaper than Agco. It's even cheaper than John Deere. I actually want that John Deere bicolored yellow and green twine because it's cool. Yeah, that 7530 is doing really well, yes. We're going to start getting into some of the wetter straw because of that 30-foot header. Yep, but we're baling. Yeah, but what I'm running in this stuff right now is what the company has given me, which is it's Bryden twine. But when the bale twine changed, when I got rid of the old twine or used up the old twine, the new fresh baling twine, which is identical to the old last year's baling twine, it just worked. Oh, Stony Ridge, what'd you say? I'm on this Ag Supply store while you're down there. And place is awesome. Yeah, I've been to Agri Supplies. I actually bought Agri Supply stuff from Agri Supply in Virginia 20 years ago. Yep, 20 years ago. Yep, Agri Supply. You get more equipment there. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Huh. I'm eating at Tums. A little acid reflux going on. No moisture sensor on it, no. I'm just eating one. Oh, there, Peyton's shitting off a bale. I know it's raining in New Jersey. It's not supposed to be, but it is. Now, Pep said, let me tell you something about those. Yeah, Mr. Stony Ridge, I'll, when we get there, I don't want to impose too much, but you know what? Whatever you got's fine. If not, that's okay too. I don't want to impose. I really don't. You see, my problem is I don't eat. I just don't. When I'm working, I don't eat. When I got things to do, I don't eat. My life, my life, I don't revolve around food. My father, he revolves around food. He likes to eat. He certainly likes to eat. Him and Tim both. It's lunchtime. Gotta go. Like, fuck, I got work to do. I ain't got time for that. We'll feed you. It's a Southern thing. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I've never been so fed by strangers in my life as I have been in the last 3 or 4 weeks, or 3 weeks. I guess we've been down here about 3 weeks. Oh, did you say suet? That's what we used to feed the birds. If you said suet, I'm pretty sure you said suet. I just don't eat. Teresa was bitching because I've lost weight. Well, I lost so much weight that I need a new belt. I got to cut another hole in my belt loop. I told her I just stretched out the belt loop, but my pants fell down, so I've lost enough weight. I will say though, when I get home tomorrow, back to the farm, bee suit. Oh, I thought you said beef suet. I'm like, oh, shit, a bee suit. Hey, oh, that's my dad sending a text message. Another nasty storm headed their way. In the small square baler, I use 440 Cordex, or I use 440 anything in the small balers. Oh yeah, we go piss off some bees. That'll be fun. I got a little scruff here. Maybe they'll say bear. That's bear. It's meth time. Gotta go. Oh yeah, yeah, you worthless. I ain't gonna say it. Welfare recipient, non-working, colored folk. It's just so sad to see that. It really is. It's sad to see that. You know, you got people that work really hard in this life, and other people, generations of people that don't know what an honest day's work is and how it would make them feel if they actually earned what they got. You know, it's easier to just take than it is to earn it, I guess. Just easier to take it. Vaping takes away acid reflux? Are you serious? I'm not gonna vape nothing. There's a girl I was in a truck with yesterday, was showing me some fields, and she was vaping, and I just wanted to take that thing away from her. Like, I think that vaping is going to be the next cigarette. Oh, we didn't know it would cause cancer, vegetable oil in the lungs. We didn't know it would gum up your lungs. We didn't know it would cause erectile dysfunction. Then the lawsuits will start. It'll be like, oh my God, we couldn't read the label that said that it may or may not cause erectile dysfunction. We didn't know. I just thought he was getting old. Old balls. Oh yeah, dog treats. Tums are awesome. Here comes the anti-PC. That's true. I'm not politically correct. That's why my YouTube channel is stuck at 137,000 subscribers for the last God knows how long. There's a reason for that. I don't give a fuck. Got it? I tell it the way it is. I don't give a fuck if they take my channel away. If they drop this channel from YouTube, I'll start a new one. But I just don't give a fuck. Why should I be censored? You know? It's like, why should I be censored? It's it's not like I'm making up lies, you know? Preach sexy daddy. Wow, that's nice. Yeah, it's not like I'm making up lies. I'm just giving observations. I mean, if MSNBC, CBS, CNN, and all those can just make up lies and put it on national television for everybody to watch and listen to, I'm just telling the way I see it. So, political correctness, I don't know. You can keep that shit. Well, that's true. The truth does hurt. There's a lot of people that don't like the truth. A lot of people that I'm involved with in this business don't like me because I just say it. You know, wow, you didn't have to say it quite so bluntly. Well, if I'd have said it in a soft manner and I beat around the bush for a half an hour, you wouldn't be listening to me. So why not just say it? Just say it. Oh, gobble my balls isn't going to demonetize me. They're not. They may, but even if they did, I'll still be here. You know, you can say whatever you want on YouTube, right? If you don't monetize your video. It's a funny thing, you know? That's the rule. You can say whatever your heart desires as long as it's not well, AOC can give herself a raise. She's in Congress. They in 19 I think it was 1988 or 89, one of the last amendment to the US Constitution was that congressmen and women can give themselves raises at will whenever I need a raise. Be honest with you, that AOC will probably be in that position for the next 50 freaking years. She will. Because not only is she a dumbass, it took a bunch of dumbasses to elect her. So she's only one dumbass of many. But she's there. She is there. She's going to stop the Trumpster. Going to impeach him for crimes he didn't commit. Because he's above the law, right? He's above the law. I, I, I remember in like 1998, I think it was 1998, there was an impeachment of a president. His name was William Clinton. And Mr. Clinton got impeached because he committed 11 felony lies. And he got impeached, but he wasn't removed from office. So, you know, when you get these idiots like this that want to impeach a sitting president because they don't like him, and that's just the way it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a popularity contest. And if this president hasn't proven that it's a popularity contest, then, you know, no president ever will. And you need to be in the established popularity contest. It's not a regular popularity contest. You have to be in the establishment to be popular and win that contest. Now, Hillary Clinton, that woman, if she was elected the first female president of our times, we would probably be at war with North Korea, and Iran would be slipping it up her ass as cold, hard, and dry. And that would just be the way that is. I mean, I don't get loading two 777s with, I don't know, how many $1 trillion in cash? Cash. Of all things, cash. Yeah, cash. They didn't just wire Iran trillions of dollars. They put it on a fucking airplane and flew it there. AOC is an asshole. The German stuff. Oh, what the? Yeah, thanks for the super chat, by the way. 158 billion in cash. No, it was trillions. That was that was the first shipment. The second shipment you didn't hear about. That was you got to go to uh, one OAN, One American News Network, and this has been over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, that it was found out that it wasn't that number. It was actually trillions in paper money, actual cash, and they were upset because in that Iranian deal, they they didn't disclose that they wanted them to spend that money on American goods, so they didn't. They bought Russian airplanes. They didn't buy American airplanes. Why would we do that? You know, they bought Russian ones, and they spent their money in Russia and China, and it was ridiculous. And then you'll get these Democrats that'll say that, oh, that was Iran's money anyway. We had taken it from them. I don't think so. If money is seized for a reason, it's seized money. It's our money at that point. And if it's printed in American greenbacks, it don't belong to Iran. It should be if it was Iranian money, it should be Iran's currency, not American currency. So If it was seized from Iran, then don't you think it should have been Iranian money, not American dollars? I mean, I'd have had no problem giving them back their own false money, give them that shit. Put it in four-wheel drive. Yes, sir. And why are you like that? Back up. Back up. You got to get it in four-wheel drive, kid. Stop right there. I got to go get this kid out of the mud. Stop. All right. This is what happens when you don't put it in four-wheel drive. Let's see what we got here. Come on.